Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. To be honest, not too much to add to my last video. We are still here we are still in this sort of descending broadening wedge, right? Or you could, from an Elliott wave point of view, you could call it a descending, it's an expanding diagonal basically to the downside. These are rare patterns. They do happen sometimes. You could consider it actually a bullish pattern because you would expect eventually a breakout out of this to the upside, but only as soon as the low has been made, a new low. That is sort of what it leads to at the moment. We could still sort of maintain a possible bullish pattern from here, but I think it is so unrealistic for Solana. It just doesn't line up. But I talked about that in previous videos. It's still possible because we're still holding above the June low, which was at 25.80 roughly. So we have recently come down to 26.85, which was also the expectation to make here new lows. And as long as we are within this descending, broadening wedge, you would expect to follow it, right? Breakout would of course be a first signal that things are changing, but it might not necessarily be a really bullish signal. Now let's go to the 1 hour chart. Maybe to go back to that point, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bullish signal because we have to break above certain levels to make the whole chart sort of to flip, let's say, the daily trend from bearish to bullish. And these levels, by the way, are first of all here the previous wave 4 high at 34.50, and then the $39 level up there. But yeah, what did I tell you in the previous video? We talked about that from the low here, from the high, which was a wave E high of 4, that we came down in a 1 down, in a 2 up, in a 3 down, a 4 up, and we could now be in the 5. That wave 5, of course, doesn't move in one line. You have subwaves, and I told you this could be a wave 1 here, this a wave 2. We could be moved down or moved down in a wave 3. This could become a wave 4, which I think it is, and then come down in one more leg down in 5. And then we need to see how the price is going to react to that new low. So at the moment, at least what the chart is doing now, you can clearly see that we have a clear resistance level here, which, oops, I didn't want to do that. If I just move that down, you can see a very clear resistance level at 28.30 roughly. If we get above that, there might be some short-term upside here to the next resistance, which is at 29.50, and then the descending channel, the descending trend line of the channel. But overall, if we count this as a wave 4, this is all possible as long as we stay below that line, because you can count this as an Elliott wave triangle. If we say, okay, this was the wave 3 low, then you would count this as an ABCDE triangle, which would break out to the downside because A, B, C, D, E, and then down. This is all possible as long as we stay below the low of the wave, below the high of the wave A, which is at basically 28.30, because above that you will invalidate the triangle. A wave 4 is often a triangle, very often. So it makes sense to understand this as a wave 4. You've got your triangle here. And of course, I can't tell you, do we definitely break out to the downside, but it would be in line with the Elliott wave count. It sort of matches at the moment. On the flip side, you could say this is some kind of an ascending triangle, which would be rather bullish. So in the end, we just need to see to which direction the price is going to break out. It would make sense that it's a wave 4 and that we come down. But if I draw the Fibonacci retracements, you can see we've really only reached the minimum retracement for a wave 4, which is the 23.6% Fib level there at around about $28. Even if we break out to the upside, it doesn't necessarily make it a really bullish setup. It just means the wave 4 was probably not finished and might not have been then a triangle. It's probably something else like a WXY or ABC. And the wave 4 can actually move as high as the 29.17 level, the 50% Fib level. And only if we get above that level and also have an overlap with wave 1, the low of wave 1 is 29.43, only then we can really consider something more bullish. But for now, my focus would remain on the downside, especially as long as we're holding the 28.26 level with a possible low around the $19 to $22 range. Okay, that's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.